Good evening, this is the Unpopular Opinion. I'm Liam, your host.
And I'm Cameron, your other host.
And this is our guest,
Jack.
Today we're going to speak some controversial topics.
So make sure you enjoy.
I think within the next sort of 5 to 10 years, I think the whole monetary system is going to be completely different to what we see it and understand it to be now.
Yeah. Well, there'll be no cash.
No, definitely no cash. It's not traceable, which is the majority. They want to know what everyone's doing, and where they're spending, what they're doing. So I think one of the main things that is going to change is the ability to see exactly where money's going, what it's being spent on, and then be able to control what people do with it, whether they can save it.
Where do you actually have that perspective coming from?
So I've done a lot of looking into like the International Monetary Fund, World Economic Forum, and they're all trying to push for a more socialist viewpoint, and they're trying to go towards the you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. So to me it kind of says that they're going to own people's households, they're going to own where people live, and people are going to have to put up with it effectively.
What are your thoughts on it, Jack?
I haven't had enough research for it.
Oh, fair enough.
The idea, I think, that we're moving towards, I don't know if you know, CBDCs, so Central Bank Digital Currency, and what I think they're going to try and push for is a type of token. Do you know crypto?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be somewhat similar to that, but where essentially the central bank has all the control. So they set parameters of what you can and cannot buy. If you buy this, then you aren't allowed to buy this within a certain amount of time.
Carbon footprint.
It's difficult because they've got a very similar system to what you see in China.
Okay.
And from someone who I know who I used to work with in Singapore, what they do is they will fine you. By the time you've crossed the road and jaywalked, by the time you finish crossing the road, your credit file would have already been deducted points, which is their form of currency. Wow. And it's mad how it all integrates. And I think exactly the same thing's going to happen over here.
Yeah.
The whole credit system.
The Western side.
It won't be long until that's going to be the case, I reckon.
What are your thoughts on it? Where do you think money will go?
I think it definitely is going to go digital, but I just don't know. There's a lot of people that prefer to have the cash in hand or
but what people prefer doesn't mean what's going to happen. They have less control.
A lot of people rely on cash.
They do.
Yeah,
Homeless being one of them. Like,
it'll be interesting because it stops a lot of things. Not having cash
it stops.
Can't give to the homeless anymore.
Yeah, homeless.
Can't give tips.
It's not just that, is it? It's I think even I've met people that genuinely just like the feel of the currency.
Yeah, I'm that person. I carry cash at all times.
I prefer a card. But
oh yeah. See, it's
simple for me.
Yeah, but that's why it's kind of they make it as simple as possible, so you can't really have many arguments against it.
Yeah.
I think that's by design.
Yeah, it's all convenience.
Yeah,
it's convenience.
And it's the same like because I've got a security background. Convenience is what trips you up in terms of like cyber security. So your fingerprint scanners, for instance, like on your phones, your laptops, touch your finger, unlocks. All it takes for you to be asleep and someone to grab your hand, it's convenient because you haven't got to think and type in a password.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing, I think.
They're trying to make stuff easier for people.
Contactless, making payments. I mean, even with your watch, when I've got my smartwatch on, I just do that, pay.
You know, you can put a chip in your hand as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can pay. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's insane how you can just do stuff like that. But I don't think it's a good thing where we're going with money.
No, I think with like things like inflation as well, the way they're going to push towards no one owning their houses is making it absolutely unaffordable so that people can't pay their mortgages and it gets taken from them. So with interest rate rises, obviously if that was just interest rate, a lot of people would be, upset and, be able to still pay it, but then you've got all the energy costs that are going up with it. So when you've got a tenant and you're raising up the rent because you can't afford to pay the interest on what they're already paying you, and the tenant can't afford to pay you that much because they're already overstretched as it is, and you're not able to evict your tenant straight away because Section 21's going anyway, they're getting rid of that.
Yeah, they will.
Which is the non-fault eviction, but then you have to use a Section 8, which is through not paying rent, and the wait time at the courts already is you're looking at least 6 months. So that's 6 months of you not paying your mortgage. Think a bank's going to care? They're just going to take it from you.
They don't care.
True.
That's the thing. I think home ownership is... I don't think it's for even the middle class anymore. It's just not going to be possible.
Do you think that's only because of inflation?
I think that has a big part to play. Like I said, I think it's all the other costs that come with it. I think when you've got energy prices going up and then the cost of your shopping, that being so much higher.
Food supplies going up.
You add all of these little things up, all the little costs, the pennies turn into pounds. And when you notice, okay, so my rent's going up, my council tax is going up, my gas and electric's gone up so much already. You know, my average shop at Tesco's was £25 a week for a single person, and now it's looking at like £35, £40 a week.
Yeah.
It's all these little things that have gone up quite a substantial amount. Yeah. It's not really affordable.
Plus, if you have a car.
Yeah,
if your job's not particularly the best.
Fuel has impacted me the most, owning a car.
Affected loads of people. I think it's a push towards electric cars, I feel.
Electric cars, the thing is about them is I just think they're just as bad to the environment. Than petrol.
Yeah, to create an electric engine, it uses more carbon footprint the more it does to have a combustion engine.
I just think it's a cycle of life. It's like we're given things to always hold on to and gain, and we've got nothing to like. We suffer all the time basically.
Oh yeah,
we suffer because of their decisions that they want to do. We're always stuck hoping something else is going to happen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think they get people.
And like the living crisis, obviously, like we're at our lowest point.
Yeah.
I think we're struggling.
Yeah, we are, man.
Everyone's struggling.
Yeah, it's true. The poor are getting poorer, for real. And the middle class are falling into the poor.
I think everyone's getting affected. Obviously, when you go higher, those benefits kind of might change.
Yeah, no, true. I think money definitely dominates the world. Makes everything run.
Have to.
Yeah, everything runs through it. So even when you're spending, you're putting back into the rich or...
I think you got to find ways that like makes you happy.
Yeah.
And then go and do that, but obviously you want it to be money orientated.
Yeah, I think money does buy happiness if you know what to spend it on.
Yes, that's a good saying.
If you know what to spend it on, I feel like money can definitely buy you happiness. Like retiring your family that's money buying you happininess for most people. For some people,
of course it is. I think everyone's got a different perspective on what they think is happiness. Money is a drive for a lot of reasons.
Money, I think even if you're not after money, money's always people always want more money.
You're always stuck at this level currently where like you don't know whatever's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you just want to be at that level where you wake up and you don't care, and you wake up doing things that you want to do, that you want to love.
I think that's what people should be able to do when you come into the world.
Everyone should strive.
Yeah, I think
to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, I'm not perfect myself.
No one's perfect.
I'm learning.
No one's perfect. You're always learning.
But like, I get there.
Yeah, it takes time, but everyone gets there. What do you think in regards
Does money buy happiness? I don't think so. But I will say it significantly helps.
Yeah.
It does. And anyone who says otherwise, I think, is either trying to keep you poor, or I think that they could live life, they've got that sort of mindset where they could live life no matter what and be happy if they don't.
I disagree with you because I think it's down to how you view it, because I know that if I have money, that is going to be literally my happiness for the rest of my life, because I know where I've come from. So my drive would always be I don't want to be there anymore.
I agree.
And that's
a
what
good point.
My happiness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But when you've got to that sort of level, when you've brought yourself up and that becomes your new normal,
I think.
What then happens there? Are you always happy?
No. No one's ever truly happy. No one's ever constantly happy. You have bad days, you have good days all the time. You even have neutral days where you just get on with it and like nothing affects you. It's just what it is. I think for the majority of the population of this planet, money would solve. Like you could give everyone £100,000, right? £100,000. Some people will be like, obviously spend it on everything else, do the wrong things, and there'll be people that actually use that money to benefit like themselves and people around them because they like want that drive.
No one's going to turn down free money, right?
No.
So I think
that's
money.
What you do with it.
So I think money always will come into
play.
Something
I think we all still learn. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in the positions we are.
Yeah. No, that's true. And that's what also drives us as well. At the same time.
Some people,
for most, for some,
Some, like I think we all have our own individual wake up moment and wake up like sit going right. That's it. That's what I want.
Yeah. So we'll go around. We'll go. So we'll start with you. What's in your version? We'll ask everyone. What's your version if you had, say, if $1 million came into your account? What's going to make you happy with what you say with money buys you happiness? What's examples of what you do?
If I had £1 million, I'd buy houses.
Nice.
Convert them in shared accommodation. Open up. Obviously, then getting money rent every month. Because then I'm generating more income.
Yeah.
I'd already have vision that I get my dad to do the looking after it.
Nice.
Or renovating. I'll open up.
Nice.
But that's like a dream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that gives me comfortability.
Yeah,
I'll be able to live off that.
Yeah, passive. You can.
If I can find that way, or know the guidance to go that way.
Yeah. Sleep whilst you earn. One of those.
Yeah.
Sleep whilst
passive.
you earn.
It is passive.
I know passive income has become like a bit skeptical recently in terms of like there's no such thing as passive income.
Nah, because
you got to work at it.
Yeah, true.
Like you always got to maintain stuff.
But something that's active, you can then turn passive. You just have to put the work in.
Yeah.
First.
It depends on where you want it. Do you want it to go downhill, or do you want it to improve? So you put
some niches.
Time and effort into it at all times.
Yeah, some. I think that's how the top's at the top.
So, anyway, that's what mine would be.
Yeah.
To be that.
With yours, what would be your version of if money was to buy happiness? If you had $1 million into your account right
How
now?
did the $1 million come about? That's the first question.
Through your hard work.
Through my hard work, well, I'd reinvest that $1 million into whatever I was doing to get me to that $1 million.
Okay.
Try and.
Or say if it was just chucked in.
If it was chucked in,
£1 million. Choice is yours. Whatever you want.
I'd probably buy a bit of land.
Mm-hmm.
I'd try and get multiple little bits of land.
Yeah.
But I'd focus on like the main part of where I'd stay.
Yeah.
And try and get it as ready for if anything was to ever happen. I'm going to sound fucking crazy now, but I want to make sure I'm prepared for any sort of eventuality.
Oh yeah, for
sure. So I want to make sure that, I don't know, if any water supply gets shut off, I've got nice, safe drinking water. I want to make sure that I've got a way of providing electricity. I want resources for learning. Should, for any reason, society crumble, I'm able to do what I can to make sure that me and mine are looked after. If I had $1 million, I'd probably stockpile a bit of gold and silver because I like my gold and silver quite a bit. Probably put about 100k into various different cryptos, and that's that. I think I'd leave it at that.
Yeah, investments.
It's all about investments.
Yeah,
you've got to find a way to start that person.
Yeah, that's what I do.
A lot of people just lavishly spend though. Like the difference of speaking about it and understanding what you would do, and actually if it was in your account. Because I'll have to say myself, like I've had a substantial sum in my bank account. And the first thing I did was I went and spent.
Yeah, you got to treat yourself. I feel.
You got to treat yourself.
Yeah.
But I suppose also it's how you've been brought up, because that would dictate how you spend it.
Yeah,
of course.
Never had it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you could go wild.
But also, if you realise that that's got to last.
Yeah, true. I'll put it all to future, man. Like you said, real estate.
I'd give myself like enough, like to buy myself like a nice 3-bedroom home, but I would want it like. And I don't like new builds, So like I just like prefer somewhere quiet,
nice.
so I can just chill.
Yeah, nice. No, I'd like somewhere with no neighbours.
Yeah.
That would be so much better. Somewhere with no neighbours.
The thing is, then it's not even like against anyone. It's just like it's your own time, your own peace,
your own space. And
no, that's true.
Yeah,
it's true. You ain't got to worry about anyone else.
Yeah, just
babies crying, dogs barking.
Slight of freedom.
Yeah. No, literally, like that's the good thing about it, bro. I think some people can be happy poor. To be fair.
Of course, everyone has their like what makes them happy.
Like the African countries, you know, they're happy.
Just not just African people, it's everyone. Yeah. It's like all genders, all race, everything. Yeah. Like we all, it's so unique, so different.
But it's, I think they're the ones.
I would say in like less economically developed countries, you find like the standards of living is lower, but their quality of life, the way they feel, things like that, I think is a lot higher because I think they don't take as much for granted.
They don't have technology.
Yeah, I think as good as technology is, it's a big setback in terms of like your mental well-being.
That comes down to whose view. Like, because to them it might not be good.
Yeah, that's why I think they're happy without social media. I think
I think just take a step back from social media.
I agree.
I think it. Yeah.
Take it for what it is. It's not your life.
No, it's not. I think they should promote that a bit more.
Yeah.
They should be talking about that more.
Do you know what? You know, like you get all these band stuff happening. Yeah. I generally think that's something we should do. Like
It should.
We shouldn't be on social media all the time.
No, it's not.
I've set up a reminder on my phone if I've been on things for too long that it will tell me get off it.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I mean that, like I mean like the negativity of it, like just posting like negative stuff. Like if you're watching videos, I'm all for that.
Yeah. But I think it's got too normal to the point where people are posting their life every day now on these stuff.
Yeah, and I think, do you know what? Again, it's each to their own because I think that's how people cope. That's how people actually have it's a coping mechanism.
It's giving people a voice, which is somewhat a good thing. Somewhat objective, could be a bad thing.
But I think, but when you take a step back and you turn around and see, like this is life, like where's real life? And I think the older generation understood that.
Yeah. No, I think we take it a lot.
We take it for a lot granted.
Yeah, we've got it easy. Everything's right in front of us. We don't even have to move really for some stuff. You know?
Correct. I think it's a weird situation to be in because there's one part of it is like everything is struggling to come together in terms of like struggling to get jobs or just living. Yeah. But on the flip side to that, like it's the best time. It's actually the best time because like. You've just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah, I think you can. I think now it's either the choice you do it or you don't.
I think that's it.
You get left behind if you don't.
There's a rip. I love these rips.
Yeah.
I get used to that.
Yeah.
But I generally think it's that time period we live in where like anything's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you not feel that some people do spend a little too much time scrolling through videos? Because I found myself going like
I still
literally hours just.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it. I feel.
I think for me, I do it because like I've got nothing better to do. I mean, I have. Don't get me wrong. I could be doing a lot more things. I could be doing stuff to improve myself. But at the same time, like I just like my peace. My time.
Procrastination, effectively.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at procrastinating. I'll be honest. I'm terrible for it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Procrastination. That's an interesting one. I feel like not many people talk about what that actually is and why people.
I think there's so many things like meaning of it because there's ways that so for me like my job like I've just come to a point where like I can just get on with it. I'm not bothered about what's happening around me. Just get the job done, do it. And you go into that zone of like just procrastinating because it becomes repetitive and just autopilot.
Yeah, you're just doing it.
But then there's also other times where you could you need to listen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like in life,
No, that's true. What's your thoughts on procrastination?
Well, I don't know because like you were saying about like autopilot and things like that. Like I found myself when I'm driving, like I've had to tell myself to keep paying attention to the road ahead and keep, like, because my brain would just switch off, and then I like get near my destination and I'm like, how on earth am I here?
Yeah.
And I think that's like a part of autopilot.
Yeah. I was talking about that funny enough today.
Yeah, autopilot's I think.
I've not passed the test yet, but I will.
Yeah. No, but
it happened. It happened when you
there's time into everything.
Yeah, of course.
And you can also accelerate your own time. I feel you can accelerate what you want to do if
push.
Yeah.
Drive.
If it's the right moment.
But also your own push and drive. You can't always rely on.
No, true.
Perfect timing.
No, true. No, that's true. I think because it's easy, the negatives.
If life is easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth living, would it?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I think a lot of people think life.
If it was too simple, you got up and everything was handed to you, what is there any purpose of doing?
Yeah. True.
It's a common thing people mind about though, but I think I don't remember anyone ever telling me that life was going to be great.
No.
Every adult as a kid told.
These are your golden years. You're in school. And you just never understood it.
It happens. But I think life.
Do you know what? Yeah, my stepdad used to say, "The more you learn, the more you earn."
Oh, I like that.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's good.
He's one of the best blokes I know in my life.
That's good.
He's top knowledge.
That's good. What does he do?
He's retired now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Fair play.
He's one of those people. Yeah, he just comes out with the most knowledgeable stuff, and it makes so much sense as you grow up.
Yeah.
Like, he'll say it when you don't quite understand it, and then you'll think back to it when you're older and be like, oh, that's what he means.
Yeah, I think it's one of those moments where he's like, you wait.
Yeah. Bitch, coming at you.
Listen,
right,
I'm going to tell you again and again and again. And then you're still not going to listen. Yeah.
No, I think you take everything with a pinch of salt. I think you take on the stuff you think you want to take on, or you feel.
I think. You
don't have to listen to everything. I think it's healthy to not agree just because they're
I think
level.
I think you should be able to argue with someone, anyone, and be able to shape each other's views and admit when you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes though, because especially if you're adamant that you're right.
Yeah.
You have to. For me, sometimes I have to be like visually told.
Yeah.
Here's the proof, and I'm like,
stubborn.
Okay, or like Google confirmation.
Yeah. And I do have a sense of like, oh man.
Yeah. But it's ego as well, right? I feel. For me, when I know I'm in the wrong, sometimes I'll just continue an argument just because I know I'm wrong. Sometimes I've done it.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Nah.
It's not
no,
worth
it's true.
it.
It's true. Sometimes I'm just on the wind up.
I mean, we're all like, we all end up doing it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's.
How much like preaching?
Yeah. Of course.
Like, you're still like, oh, you know whatever.
Yeah. You're still convinced in your head when you walk away. You're like, yeah, I'm still right. You still try and convince yourself that's.
Yeah.
Kind of like your flat earth theory, right?
But that's my opinion. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel I feel like they disregard that stuff like that. For an example, the flat earth theory. I feel they make it so dimmed and it's such a stupid theory that it is true. It's so stupid it's true, if that makes sense.
I think you're ridiculous.
I think they get you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I just don't get how you don't think that the world is round, like a sphere.
Have you not looked into a telescope and seen other things?
Okay, so I think we're in a dome, a flat Earth.
Well, the Simpsons movie
with a dome. No, but we can always see. We can always see what's above us, but we can never see what's below us.
Have you never dug?
No, we can never see. Okay, yeah, if it's grass then it's mud, but you can never see the core. You can never see.
What about the tectonic plates, like earthquakes? How do you explain that?
Yeah, but you can do that on the day. Earthquakes will still be a thing on a flat Earth.
Explain how.
Because they would.
Yeah, but how? You wouldn't have tectonic plates from what you're saying. Because you can't see underneath.
They don't spin round in a horizontal way. They spin round in a straight, narrow line. so it would fit in with the flat Earth theory.
Nah. I'm sorry. Nah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah.
For sure.
Yeah, there's nothing about that convinces me to say that it's a flat Earth.
100%.
There's so many reasons why it's not.
I question everything, and I've even contemplated, have people truly gone to the moon and things like that, and
I've been sceptical at times.
Yeah, same.
But then I come to realisation, that's impossible to try and even make or recreate.
As an example, a compass. How does a compass work?
The magnetic forces
of the Earth.
But it has to be on a what for it to work and navigate. That's to lay on the flat surface.
Oh right, yeah. I can see where you're coming from. Okay.
It could never be in your hands.
Logic.
No, the reason it can't go in from your hand, technically speaking, is because you have iron in your blood and it's ferrous. So it will play. No, it will play with the magnetic force of the compass.
Yeah, but I just think we're on a completely flat surface.
So where do you this is what obviously the next question. How do you think the land masses spread out? How do you see it?
I think because you can never see the edge. You can never see the edge of the Earth, no matter how far you go out. You can never see the edge because you'll get pushed back in.
So what? Pushed back in?
It don't make sense because what you're describing to me is the further we go out, we don't see an edge. Yeah. Yeah. So it's got to be round.
No.
Because if it was flat, you'd end up hitting something.
But if you keep going straight far enough, you're going to meet another country. You just will. You'll find other land. How do you explain that?
Yeah, but you don't go...
Is it like Pac-Man where you go all the way to the left and you find yourself at the right, or what?
Here's one. When you're on a plane and you're looking out the window...
You see the curvature of the Earth?
No. This. Yeah. When you see different countries, when you're going over on a plane, where are they? Below you.
Well, of course they're below you. You're in the fucking sky.
But if you're in the sky and they're below you, you know, the way the Earth is a sphere...
No, because you're not high enough up.
It'd be there... You'd be able to see countries up there.
Yeah, you're not you're not in space.
But it's not complete. It's all below you. It's flat.
Yeah, but you're 30,000 feet in the air. You're not 100,000 feet where you could actually see it.
Yeah, but
I'd love someone to explain that because I'm pretty sure there's probably a theory behind that.
It's
why the plane obviously is around the sphere and not.
Yeah, because it just goes flat. Straight. You go over one country, another country, another country.
Okay.
All below on a flat surface.
If that's the case, then why is it that it's a further distance if a plane goes as the crow flies, as you like, directly to, than if it followed the curvature of the Earth?
Yeah, but why would it follow the curvature of the Earth?
Because it's a shorter distance.
In what sense? Surely it would make sense. It
would make sense if it was flat, if you went from point A to point B.
It'd be a shorter distance.
No, because you have to go round the Earth. So it's a further distance. So if you go up and down, it's a shorter distance because if you get a ball...
Yeah, I get it.
So if I got the United States here and the UK here, if I go that way, it's a further distance than if I went up and down because it's a globe, it's circular.
But if you've got a country here, you just...
No, because have you seen flight plans? They go over like that.
No, but yes.
Right. So here, country. Here, other country.
Yeah.
If you go straight, you go over here. Yeah. So you notice how far that is. Not very far, but it's quite far. If I then went this way and over, it's less of a distance. That's why they do it. But if it was flat, it'd be quicker to just go straight across, no?
Yeah.
So it can't be flat.
Yeah, but it is flat.
You can't say you agree with your flat Earth theory.
For sure.
It's not. It's further. It's a further distance. I promise you.
Just that's just my opinion. I think because I did think it was.
You ain't thinking.
I was a non-believer in the flat Earth, and then I got converted to the flat Earth, and I think it's just one.
That is where I say you are wrong.
I think it's just one big circle that's flat, and there's a dome covering it, and how they portray it is they just.
So what else is like? You're going into dangerous territory there, because
yeah,
like your view on that, is a dome over the world, yeah. So what's outside the dome?
Space.
Right. So.
Why isn't the moon dome? Why is it not a disc? Like what are you explaining now?
Planets?
No, that's.
Why can you see?
Because right now, you know, the babies like have those like at night they have like the dangling like planets.
Yeah.
That's how I'm imagining you coming out of the dome, and you're seeing those all dangling. And if that doesn't compute. I think space is around.
I think space is completely different to us. I think we're engulfed in this thing that we're not getting out of. We never could, even if we really wanted to.
I think
you're
wrong.
I think the Simpsons conspiracy pulled through on that one with the dome. I think they pulled through.
That's what I mean. Like when you first said about the dome, I was thinking you were on about like the Simpsons movie where they entrap the whole of Springfield with it.
It's.
I think you're fucking nuts. I think you're nuts.
I think it'll all unveil.
No.
It'll all unveil. But touching back, if we're talking about the moon, if you think we can really access the moon, which is technically in space, then why is it been almost proven that it's fake?
What do you mean? It's almost been proven it's fake.
I think it's where you watch it. I think you've seen videos where they've proven it right and then proven it wrong. So like, what to believe?
I think the footprints.
But I think they went to the moon.
I'm not too convinced.
The only reason I'm even a little bit skeptical is because I'm thinking surely, like, because it happened in the 60s, didn't it?
Yeah.
You would have thought that they would have put something up there and tried to make it somewhat habitable for humans.
Can you? That like as out of space, we
don't
really know enough.
Spacesuit is enough to keep you alive out there.
How much money would that cost to run that base?
Oh, ridiculous amounts.
Right? Is it worth it?
Probably not.
Why would you do it?
I think
it costs a lot of money to go out into space.
Yeah, of course. No, I don't dispute that. But then that's the only reason why I'm thinking, maybe not. But I do still genuinely think that, people have been on the moon. I do, but that's the only thing is, why are you not able? It's been, 70, 80 years since we've been on the moon, and we're not any closer. We've sent someone up there. We've got a rover or two. Surely you'd want to make preparations.
I think they have. I just think they haven't. I'm not sure. I shouldn't verify that because I don't know.
What are your views?
I don't actually think we could reach the moon.
So all these spaceships that we've let off into space, you think like they just go up there and disappear, or
no? That stuff's real, but I think us walking on the moon is not possible.
Oh really?
I don't think. I think we could reach it, but I don't think we could ever step foot on it. I don't think we could ever.
I think it's just like Earth. Like it just doesn't have an atmosphere.
But why doesn't it?
You know how space works. It's like we know, well, from scientists' point of view, we know that two planets crashed into each other to create us, and that's how we got the moon and the Earth. Perhaps it's just because we sucked in the energy, and then it comes down to what you believe in, to how we were created.
Mm.
But
But what if the dome? So if we go with my theory.
Okay, we'll go with your theory. Talk us through it.
What if the dome was to protect us from space, and what it could potentially do to us?
Doesn't the ozone layer do that for us anyway? Like the atmosphere.
How do you explain how we know about all the noble gases that are up in the atmosphere?
I like science, but I think a lot of it comes down to trust of someone being an expert.
Yeah, no, I agree with questioning everything. I understand that, and from like someone who enjoys the practice of science and experimenting to make sure that my theory aligns with someone else's work, I do like the idea of always questioning science. 100%.
I think even scientists have their own reasons and to different things. It's just who you believe in.
Yeah. I think with science, right, it's always they tell you it's right until someone proves it wrong. That's what science is. That's how you learn and advance with certain things. You have to prove someone wrong to advance the theory.
I just don't understand how you think flat Earth exists then.
It's true, because science before said, okay, the Earth is flat, and that was the science before. And then someone said, no, look, you're wrong, and like you said, they've proved otherwise. Yeah. So
sometimes it could be, as much as they might prove you right, it might be also wrong.
I totally agree. There's a lot of things, scenarios that's the case.
Yeah.
Just not in this one.
I'll give up on that one now. I'll let you guys win this.
No, it's fine. We'll come back to this topic when you've got someone who will also back you.
Yeah. 2 versus 1 is.
Yeah, it's a bit raw, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting wedged in here. It's not good. We're getting wedged in.
No. What about the simulation theory then? What do you think about that?
That's a crazy one, man. That's a crazy one for real, bro. It's a lot to take in because there's so much to it.
Could that not tie in with your flat Earth theory in any way? Do you not think?
I think if it is a simulation, we have to be in a dome.
See, if it's the case, I don't know why it would be. Like, the simulation would be what they say, no?
Well, I think there's quite a lot of different versions of it.
I think it's been proven that we could quite possibly be in a simulation.
Yeah.
I think it's how you view what a simulation is.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of like, if you ever played The Sims.
Yeah.
So I think life, if it is in a simulation, is very much similar to Sims. Your sim goes, it gets a job, it gets somewhere to live, and then it needs the toilet, and you need to make sure it goes to the toilet. And if you have that conscious thought of, I'm going to just piss myself, then you can quite literally piss yourself. What if the reason why I'm saying I'm going to piss myself is because the person hasn't told me to go to the toilet?
So you almost become a player.
Yeah, effectively.
I think it kind of is like that. Player versus player in a lot of things. It's all competition. You're all chasing something. You're all, even if it's.
I think you can see that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good theory.
I think we're in a very competitive world.
Oh, for sure.
Very competitive. Everyone's.
Yeah, only the best reach the top.
The thing is, obviously, with the rise of social media and how easy it is to watch videos on everything.
Yeah.
Literally inexistent. People see that there's more to life.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, we've got to go for it.
Yeah. I think now's the best time for anything. For any sort of exposure. Because I think attention is sort of like a currency. If you've got the attention, if you've got the limelight there and then, say on TikTok or whatever. I think
in terms of becoming rich or becoming famous or even just what your happiness is, I think we all have our own places in society, but also I think that's in a way, I don't mean that in a bad way, I just think people think differently, and so therefore everyone's happiness or version of life is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
And therefore what I see, how I want it, is going to be completely different to anyone else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, we might have traits of yours or yours, I might find someone who's quite like 99.9% similar. The one little thing.
Yeah,
that's taken.
Go on.
I was just going to say, I think you've got to take that into consideration. Like
that's the thing. Everyone's unique.
Do you not think then that potentially, and this is obviously another theory, that we could all be one consciousness, you know, the energies of everyone, like whether it be simulation theory or whether it just be any other theory?
I don't know about this one, yeah, but like when I was in science, I was taught that like energy can be nor created nor destroyed, right?
It's all the same. It just gets converted.
We are energy.
Yeah.
So when we die, where do we go? I believe we have like people looking after us, or like someone's guiding us.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Kind of like the Sims, like the person playing the Sims. Do you think?
I think they're there to guide you at crossroads. I think you come to points in life and you've got a choice to make, and you've got to look at them and go, what's the best for me? And sometimes you have a push.
Okay.
Or someone gives you a push.
Yeah.
Or to know whether that's a gut feeling, whatever, just anything. I think you got a choice to become who you want to be.
Yeah.
But you got to be aware of what choices you're making.
I think certain situations make you make that decision.
Yeah,
I think you get put in the deep end sometimes with no choice.
Life. Yeah, it's a strange old thing, yeah, because like it's the best thing. It's like the worst thing, but it's also the best thing. Like it's just everything you go through will make you who you are.
Yeah.
Like no word of a doubt. Like just the way people come across is so unique to them.
Yeah, true.
And no story is better than the next.
No, I think
we always someone's always worse off, and that's all you've got to remember.
Yeah, I think that's
just.
It's a very humbling thought. That.
Yeah, it keeps you grounded. I think.
I try to. Yeah, I think, but we lose it. We lose it from time to time. I think being reminded.
Yeah, that's what you got to keep an open mind.
Yeah, 100%.
I think a lot of people shut off in their own mind because they sort of they feel like you don't know what I've been through. To some degree, I agree, but at the same time, I think everyone has that same feeling of you don't know what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same feeling for everyone. Yeah. In my opinion, I think the only one feeling
you're allowed your feeling.
Yeah, is that.
But
you don't
also
understand what I'm going through, but
don't make it my problem at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's up to you, but then it's up again. It's up to who you're talking to, because some people love it.
Yeah.
Some people thrive off it. That's how, and then there's other people that just don't like talking about it, or it's all just perspective.
Yeah, shut off. I think if you shut yourself off because
you
think no one can understand,
you've got I do personally believe you need to open up, but it's obviously trusting and finding someone to open up to.
Yeah.
Even as a friend, a family, a stranger, anyone, but obviously not a stranger. We don't want to talk to random.
Well, there's lines. Yeah, there's lines you can
cross past, and you just start talking about life.
I think it's vulnerability. You
feel
vulnerable when you're talking about your past, or
I think it's where you are in your life.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, that's good. That's a good objective, actually.
That's good.
Because when you get on top, maybe you can talk about it maybe a little bit easier than what you would if you were in a worse circumstance.
Yeah, but again, it's like no disrespect to anyone. Like it's achievable. I do believe it's achievable. Yeah. I just think it's early days for me.
Nice.
You got to always learn.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to say, you got to more you learn, the more you earn.
Yeah.
It was a very good quote.
Yeah, that is actually
stuck with me
old,
since you said it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna take credit for it. It's an old saying. A lot of people would say it, but
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I think it does. It's right.
And then when you start looking at life and what's going on now, it's true. We can't stop learning because the world is changing
very fast.
We have to somehow keep it up with it, otherwise we fall behind.
Yeah, in the technology world, I definitely feel that because you have to make sure that everything, it's constantly changing so much, and you just have to be on top of it all the time.
I think that's where a lot
people
of people
go wrong.
Yeah, because a lot of people.
I've fallen out of it a little bit because I've not been doing it as much. So
I think that's the thing. I think again comes down to where you are in life. You will do things like someone can tell you to do something and you ain't going to do it until you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
You can say I'm going to do this, but you ain't going to do it until you're ready.
I agree.
Like how many times have you like seen things happen and like someone's told you something and like you're going yeah whatever, then
true.
It happens, and then you're like, okay,
yeah, true.
Let's go.
Or the example analogy, say, have you ever, you know, when you are a bit lazy at home and you have been lazy,
you know it,
and
you know it.
Say the dishes, for example, you're gonna do the dishes.
End of my life.
And and you're still being lazy, but you know you're gonna do it that day. And then say your mum or your dad will just go, "You're gonna do them dishes," and then all of a sudden, the motivation to want to do them dishes is just because they then told you to do it after you built yourself up doing it. Or say if you're gonna go clean your room, your mum goes, "You're gonna go clean your room."
Maturity.
Yeah.
Listen, when you live on your own, you got to do it. No one else has gone to do it. So, like, do you want to live in like rubbish, or do you want to just get up and do it?
Yeah, and I've found I've been a lot worse since living alone. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Of course, we all are.
Yeah.
My missus keeps me in line, but she can only do so much.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we're all like we all do bad things at home that we should probably help out more.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah,
I know it, and I want to.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah,
but it's just actually taking action, isn't it?
Yeah,
they deserve it.
Yeah, I think that comes with mindset as well. Little habits.
I tried. Do you know what I said to someone the other day? I think with me is about finding all those little things in life.
Yeah.
And getting that grounded and getting that like to a good level. And then everything else will grow. Yeah. I said if you don't have a foundation, I think if you're still at war with yourself, then you're not going to get anywhere. No. I think you've got to find your peace, find what you want to do, and then just find a way to do it.
I think the little habits lead to bigger and better habits.
Yeah,
I'm learning
the little things. Yeah.
I'm definitely learning that.
It's hard. It is hard because it's so little.
Difficult.
Yeah.
And it seems so inconvenient.
I've always been someone who likes to end product before it all even begins. Mm-hmm. I want it to start and finish. Like,
and I think that's the problem with like today's society with like social media and the short form videos and your attention span being reduced. And I think that's more like you want something, but it's not there in that mid process.
I also think the thing is it's a strange one because you've got half of me is like I want it now, but then half of me is like I also know I've got to wait because you do like you're not ready.
I'm an extremely.
You got to look at yourself.
Yeah.
You got to look. I think for me it's about looking at myself and realising why haven't I been in that situation yet.
Yeah. Self accountability.
What am I doing wrong?
Self accountability, maybe looking at yourself, maybe rather than.
And not that I've acted upon it, but I'm starting to think it. The first step.
But that's a step right in the right direction. Take little steps. Exactly. Go all the way, bro. Little steps.
Helps having the right people around you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm big on that. Products of your environment. Who you hang out with is who you'll be.
Yeah.
And what habits you have.
Yeah, and what you pick up.
Yeah. I think if you want to make excuses with people that allow you to make excuses, you'll ultimately make them excuses because that's what you're encouraged to do.
Yeah.
But because you'll sit there, you piss and you moan and, and they're just taking it in, they're agreeing, oh, it's so hard, oh, it's so difficult.
It's bullshit.
No, fucking sort yourself out.
Yeah, you gotta sort yourself out.
It's what you got to do. And like you said with the accountability, the self-accountability, exactly. Slap yourself on the wrist, fucking sort it out.
Account for myself.
Yeah, you have to,
Learning.
Well, I think that's natural. I think that's what the body does when it's.
I'm seeing the triggers. I'm seeing that what I need to do it.
Yeah.
It's ever so. To be fair, going a year back, I was different.
Yeah, it's like years.
Even before that, like you go through life of like dipping down in confidence. But then I think you've got to try and find that maintain rather than dipping down, dipping down.
No, I agree with that.
Dipping up. Up, down.
Now all of that stuff, I think, it comes with self-motivation.
But I think if you try and
finding that though.
Yeah, true.
And trying to keep at that same level, I think it'll eventually, I think, will make you burn out if you don't monitor it correctly.
Correct. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I think if you're trying to keep a positive mindset when you're doing all the extra stuff you've just taught yourself you need to do, like your chores and other little things, working extra hard for your boss or whatever, all of these little things, I think if you add them all up, it takes it's a lot of energy. And if you're able to acclimatise to it, and that becomes your new normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's like some people, they're like workaholic.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of people forget that your thoughts are your actions, and I think a lot of people, when they say, because I've done it loads of times, I've said I'm going to do this today, and you end up not doing it.
Yeah.
And I think
we're all guilty of it.
And I think that's a trigger in the brain where it goes, I can't trust you, or it goes, I can't trust that now. So when you go to do it again and you go, okay, I'll do it today instead, and you don't do it again, your brain, your body
gets used to it.
So your body and your brain is then, like you say, it's conditioned in a certain way. But when you go and do that thing you said you're going to do it, if you do it earlier,
you get a sense of achievement.
Yeah.
Like, you feel on top of the world.
Yeah, and your brain goes, well, okay, what was this? And that's where I think that happy feeling comes from.
It's that dopamine, isn't it? Yeah. Like you're feeding,
and I think
you're ticking off tasks off your to-do list.
Yeah. But I think it's that. I think you've got to trust yourself. Because I think people completely sort of forget that.
Yeah.
They forget that you have to trust yourself, love yourself. I think once you master those two things, you sort of, it comes in, they both just spur out into motivation, doing these things without even thinking, oh, I've got to do this. You just do it, habit.
Yeah, obviously habit might be wrong, but a habit should take 27 days to form, so...
I've heard that, I've heard that somewhere before, to be fair. I think it's, manifestation.
I think you've generally just got to, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it, and you've got to keep at it.
Yeah, it's one of them things, like going to the gym or something. You can go for 5 days, you have that one day off.
My gym is my work, and that's all you get.
Yeah. But that's
what... I mean, your work is your gym.
Yeah.
I have said that.
The gym's a good one for mindset.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think, again, I just hate gyms.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. I'm a big lad.
Yeah.
But, bores me.
Yeah.
Honestly, bores. I don't understand how you can sit in a gym for hours on end. It bores.
Yes.
I hate things that, just same going on over and over. Yeah. So, this is my problem. I love playing mobile games,
Yeah.
But then there'll come a point where I just I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So my problem is if I'm going to pick something, I need to have the drive and passion and love to actually do it.
Okay, yeah, I can get that.
I'm struggling to find what that is. But I get there.
No, that'll come. The brain will allow you. You'll get guided.
Yeah.
So it'll come to you in the most unexpected way.
It just falls into place.
It does. It'll be either through meeting someone.
Yeah.
It could be through what you see. A job opportunity might come up. Something might come. Someone might message you. Yeah.
Be ready to accept something new. I think is probably a big thing. If you're not necessarily looking for a job, but you're maybe not happy where you are, maybe understanding that even though this thing that's popped up might not be what you're initially looking for, it might get your foot into where you want to later down the line. So I think opportunities may pop up every now and again, and they might not be in the way that you quite expect.
I think if you have a mind where you close it and say I'm going to do this and I'm going to be this, and I think that leads you to a point where you're not going to make it because you've got to be open to your life changing at all times.
Yeah. No, that's 100%.
But got to still have a dream, still got to have something you want to aim for.
No, that's true.
Because that's ultimately what sets you off onto these paths.
Yeah, I think you should be open to any sort of business. Like I said, like we said earlier, it's learn you earn.
Yeah.
The more you learn, the more you earn, right? Like it's never shut yourself off to any business.
Absolutely.
If makeup was
it's
the
that
thing,
typical thing, isn't it, that you see of if you die tomorrow, your company would replace you straight away.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But your family would never get a replacement for you.
No. True.
Yeah.
But that's why I see this is going to be quite difficult because I'm a bad worker. Like if I work for someone else, my heart's not in it.
Yeah.
And even if it is for the first 2 weeks, it won't be by the end of month 2 guaranteed. I'll be looking at finding ways to make it as easy as possible, or to not put out as much as my energy as what I could. But if I was to do it for myself, it'd be a different story. And that was the main reason. Like they'd get rid of me, or if I was to die or something, they wouldn't care. They'd have someone in my shoes straight away.
Yeah. I think that's why we should all strive to. Well, we can't, but we should all strive to be our own boss.
Yeah, but the only problem with that,
our own worker.
Yeah, I like that more because you need people who are okay with not running a business or working for themselves.
Again, I think it all becomes down happiness. Like some people will do that job because they don't mind doing that job because outside of that job they've got this, or vice versa. They generally love doing that job because they're escaping from that. Yeah. There's so much factors into why this happens.
Yeah, no, that's true. I agree with that. I think it's sort of similar to what you say. Actually, I think you have to have them people that don't, necessarily want to be multi-millionaires, billionaires, run companies, because that's
for a society to live.
Yeah, so that's ultimately what makes the world tick. Them people that don't want to be there, essentially.
They're almost more essential than the people at the top, aren't they?
Yeah.
I suppose they're the people that are able to push the society in different ways. Yeah. Because without those outsider thinkers, or without those people that just take a step back from life and chase what they want, we'd just be doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're the ones that change the world.
People. Yeah.
They're the ones that change the world.
I believe so. Yeah.
Apple, Steve Jobs.
It just proves that you're capable of doing it.
Yeah, there's always something you could be doing.
But I think your reach needs to be there, and this is coming from like someone who's tried starting a couple of business ideas and just not took off. I don't have the understanding that I maybe should have in marketing or something like that, and it's like if you've got the reach out there and you design something that's half as good as someone who's got a brilliant thing but no reach, it's difficult. And I think some of the best things in the world, and it goes for everything, like some of the best footballers, like naturally, obviously with no sort of professional training, there will be better footballers than what there are professional footballers. I think they just need the push in their help.
Luck, as you could say, because the luck of you landing your dream job is obviously so small.
Yeah, but when it comes to like your dream job, what are you doing to put yourself out there? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're wanting a job, like even recently I was applying for a company as a gas technician, and what I did to set me apart from someone else, I've got no experience in the gas field whatsoever, but I sent them an email after they said thank you for your submission for this role. Unfortunately, there's someone better suited. So instead of shutting down and going, alright, whatever, ignore it, what I did was I replied, I said, thank you very much for getting back to me. I will work for this company. I'll go away now. I'm going to get all that I need to get, all the experience elsewhere first, and I will be back. And I think even if it's like something they're not going to necessarily remember all the time, like actively remember, when I come through and my CV now says that I've got some experience in like gas technology, and they look at, oh, it's this email. Oh, he was the person who said this. They're going to be thinking in a way that's going to set me apart from the other applicants because I obviously wanted to work there.
I suppose that works if it's for your dream job.
Yeah.
It's not even necessarily my dream job though. It's I really do see myself working there. It's a great culture, and that's the main reason I want to be there. It's maybe not my dream job. I'd rather own my own business and be my own boss.
So you're saying you're content?
Yeah, I would definitely be content with working there. From what I've seen other people who have worked there, how they're treated. Like, I'm more of a culture person. Like, if the work culture's good, then that's like the number one thing for me. If like the wages are good, that's like a, you know, it's a second. But I've had really well paying jobs. I've had not so well paying jobs. The one thing that has like really made me think in both different types of jobs is, how am I being treated?
Yeah.
Do I want to wake up and go and do work for this person, or do I want to just stay in bed?
I think that's important.
It is massively important.
That's important, especially if you want to start your own company. I think employees has to be number one, because that's ultimately what will keep your business going.
Me personally, the saying of the customer's always right. I've never believed in it. If you look after your staff, you'll get the best customers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because everyone would know that that's the place to go.
Well, if I worked a retail job and they really did not treat me well, I see someone shoplifting.
You don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
Oh, what's happening over it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
you gotta have pride in what you do.
Too right.
Have pride in what you do. Don't be ashamed to say what your job is.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to find that job.
Yeah.
I do this because I like it.
Yeah, even if it's at McDonald's, even if it's cyber security.
Anything.
Yeah, if you're trying to be an artist, it's all the same thing. You got to put in what you think you get out.
I fall in and out of love with like jobs like that though. Like when I was like in the depths of like cyber security, it's a really well paying job, it's a well respected field. You know, if you say, oh yeah, I work in cyber security, people kind of go, okay, alright. Like, I've been pulled over and like obviously, you know, the car I have, police were just weary of where I was because I was dropping a friend home and it wasn't like the nicest of areas, and they pulled up and they were like, young person, alright car. The minute I said, after our discussion, I work in cybersecurity, they're like, oh, okay, have a good night, and they went. So like there is like levels to what types of jobs you have, but I fell out of love with it so quickly, almost as quickly as I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I think
it comes. It also, like, to me, that sounds like it just comes to a point in your life where what's most important.
Probably the way I'm treated.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right now, that might be the case, but what was it before? What was it?
Oh, money before then, and it does pay really well.
Yeah, got both and you're right.
Yeah, but I.
That sounds to me you're not happy. Ultimately, that's all we strive for.
Yeah, happiness. Yeah.
I think.
But so you can't do that actually. Now I said that.
No.
Because happiness isn't just something that can happen all the time. You have to have.
Yeah, because.
Other emotions.
Who was it? 50 Cent said in one of his songs, it was like, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. And it's like exactly what you're saying, really.
I think you have to go through pain to realise what
good you have in life. Yeah.
It makes you appreciate what your version of happiness is. Because everyone's version of happiness is different.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely. But I think the stuff you go through, whether it's really severe or whether it's so little, is how you came out of that, and now what you perceive the world to be, and what your version, or how you're gonna make your version of happiness.
Yeah.
I think that comes from.
What is your happiness?
Yeah, it comes from pain. It comes from
everything.
Yeah, what you think, what you do, everything, what you say, actions, everything. Everything you do has a consequence out there.
Yeah.
Chemical imbalance, good and bad.
Good and bad.
It could be good to someone, it could be deemed bad to someone else.
Agreed.
Even if it is a genuinely good thing. I think someone could just see it as bad. It's all perspective.
Do you think there's such a thing as a good person or a bad person?
Mm-hmm. I think everyone is good and bad.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in this world could say that they're a good person, and I don't think anyone in this world could say they're just a bad person. Yeah. I think we all literally have traits of one or the other, because it all again comes down to how people view things.
Yeah, that's true.
A good example is like, look, there's many people out there that donate to charity and are religious about it. Like, you must do it because it's a good thing to do, and they will look at people that don't do it and think they're evil.
Yeah, and the rich typically do it because of tax benefits.
Yeah, but it annoys me when I can't remember people. But like the Asian guy that talks about how you can use money that you earn and put it into assets or stuff like that.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh, good debt and bad debt.
I think so.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I can't remember. No.
He is that guy.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, he is that guy. Because I've heard that from him as well.
But like, yeah, I think if you have that money, you've earned that money.
Yeah.
I think if you worked hard and you generally like you've earned a good like that, you deserve it. At the end of the day, you put in the effort, you've done it. Yeah.
For sure.
If someone's willing to pay, fine, but that's up to them.
Yeah.
But I think again, do you then, if you had a lot of money, would you help others? Does that make you a good person? Why don't Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or even Bill Gates all like just say, do you know what, we'll come together and give everyone the same amount of money?
Because
that bad though?
No, because that kind of that ruins what the economy currently is, because that becomes a new baseline then, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, imagine a world where everyone was given a certain amount of money. We picked up on it earlier about giving everyone like 100 grand each. If you gave everyone enough money to literally live comfortably, they wouldn't need to like you want to go. Some people would work just for free.
Yeah.
If they had money in their bank, just to do something would just be that like.
Yeah, it probably would.
Motivation, because I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I think if we were all just doing it out of love.
Yeah, but being on that other side, being on the side where I have had money in a substantial amount and not worked, when I've been bored, I do activities that you...
Freedom, like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I go go-karting or something like that.
This side, I'm telling you this side, but I am hands down, like, I would want to spend it and enjoy my life and do, like, I ain't working.
Sure.
Are you dumb? I am not working if I become like that wealthy. But in terms of, but then that also comes down to how much money you want.
Yeah.
And does what's earning you money is that what you love?
Yeah.
So that's what I look for. Be able to live comfortably, doing something I love. I don't care about being rich. I just want to be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But good versus bad people.
You can justify that. Am I a bad person for saying what I've said?
No, I don't.
Am I a good person?
Yeah.
I think opinions should never make you, even if they are distasteful to certain audiences. I think that your opinions are they're your opinion, and I don't think you should be deemed bad or good due to it.
But what you're saying is, does that make me good or bad?
I don't.
The answer is
perspective.
Don't know. Yeah, perspective. Exactly that, perspective.
Yeah, because I don't think there is a good or a bad person, and we touched on this earlier before the podcast, and I think bad people can do good things, and good people can do bad things. So how can you differentiate what a good person or a bad person is?
Well, some say it's the majority, isn't it? The majority votes.
Jeffrey Epstein, good person, bad person?
Bad.
But obviously he's a paedophile. I really do not like paedophiles at all. But then to someone who idolises paedophiles, maybe he's a good person.
Yeah.
So that's where it ties into perspective.
Sick and twisted.
It is sick and twisted, I agree.
There's a moral compass. I feel like there is definite
bad
people and there is definite good people.
But to his family, is he a bad person?
No, because
to his own family, is he a bad person?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess so.
They might enjoy the money that he's left behind.
Yeah, I mean, do you mean the people, like, I probably shouldn't talk about it because it'd probably get banned, but like it's more sense like the people that are in the book, like,
yeah, it's
you got to the point where that should be publicised.
It's freedom of information,
and yet it's not.
It's
those people would have idolised.
It's coming. There's people on that list that people probably really look up to, and
I think there's people in that list that's so controversial, and that's why it's not come out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think because
but surely they just redact them names. They just take them out, or conceal.
I think. I mean, they can't. Yeah, they can't. But question me if I'm wrong. I think they'll lock the files away until like.
Yeah, it'll be like 10 years, 10, 15 years when it gets declassified.
When it's
and they'll expose it, but no one cares.
Even in 100 years' time, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we found this document."
Yeah,
you're not gonna find this out in your lifetime.
They'll make it seem like something, and then because the attention will be away from talking about it, they'll be like, "Oh, this is the list. We found it."
Died or something,
and they'll all be dead, or it's so it doesn't matter.
It's like Jimmy Savile, isn't it?
Yeah,
prime example.
People, even though it was like he'd already died at this point and everything, they're still bringing up like the fact that some people had been,
Oh, bro,
it's too late.
They knew the whole time.
Of course they did. Obviously,
the whole time. He was the ringleader.
Like, I've not watched not much of him, to be fair, but like what I have seen, it's like you look, it's there in your face.
Yeah.
The stuff he says.
Yeah. Even more atop.
Yeah.
It said pedo on it, but it was PEEDO, as in pedo.
Is it not Speedo?
Right there on TV. No.
Really?
Yeah, right there on TV.
I've not seen that, I'll be honest.
Coincidentally, leading to Epstein, he had tight leads with Epstein.
Yeah, he did,
and the royal family.
Yeah,
and the royal family. Andrew, who also went to Epstein's Island.
Mad.
And they said that he was a lurer for these kids because he's he'd done kids shows and that's why they kept him alive.
I think it's dangerous. I think that's dangerous territory, like, because you don't ever know anyone fully.
No, of course.
Sure.
I agree with that.
I think it's a plausible conspiracy, but it is a conspiracy because you can't ever prove that. But
it's only a conspiracy until it's proved.
Yeah, but when you sort of put things together.
Yeah, but you can put 2 and 2 together and get 5, like your flat Earth theory.
Yeah, yeah, you could always misread stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But I think the Epstein one was interesting. So I think, personally, in my opinion, I think the
world
police
deserves
service
to know the truth.
Yeah, of course.
And to the victims.
No one should.
Yeah, the families of the victims. And, that's freedom of act, right? They have to know that information. And that's why Granite Maxwell took a 50-year sentence cut. So she'd reveal the list, knowing that it would be kept secret to get a lesser sentence.
Yeah.
That's public knowledge. That is a genuine fact. That one.
I don't know if it's genuine fact. I haven't come across it, but it's believable.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. And she's come out and said just recently. Actually, I was reading it the other day that she come out in a court case, and she was saying that basically that the FBI and the Secret Services killed him because he was prepared to testimony and say, look, I'll give you all the information you want.
I have to find sources for that, but that'd be interesting to.
Yeah. No, I can send you the links and stuff. I think it's very interesting what stuff gets left behind closed doors, and they can dictate, I feel, what we see, what we don't see.
Well, yeah, she's tied. Her own dad is like the head of one of the mainstream channels of media.
Yeah.
So obviously he can control a lot of what people see.
He's the propaganda man. Head of it. He's the one that introduced breakfast. Just going off topic. He introduced breakfast back in the 1970s to increase meat sales, sausages, bacon.
I don't know.
That was never a thing before. Never a thing. But they had to increase them sales. And that's why you've got lunch. And then you've got dinner. And then they never had...
I mean, I know you need to eat.
Yeah. But they never had breakfast. Never. And that's why it's the most important meal of the day.
How is it?
Wake up feeling fresh. It was never a thing.
Speaking about breakfast, I'm going to move over to the Am I the Arsehole? And it's a Reddit thread, and it's literally, they will say what it is that has pissed them off and what they've done about it, and then they'll ask Redditors, am I the arsehole? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this one out, and then we're going to discuss it, and we're going to say whether or not we think the poster is the arsehole.
Right.
Okay? Right. So, the title, Am I the Arsehole for not allowing my roommate to use my eggs? Last week, I went to make pancakes in my kitchen and almost all my eggs have been used by my roommate. Eggs have doubled in price in the last year. When they got back from grocery shopping, I asked them if they got stuff to make breakfast for themselves because I need my eggs. Fast forward to a week later, I noticed there were a box of pancake mix left on the counter. This indicated to me that they were going to make pancakes in the morning, which needs eggs. They still had not bought their own, so I went ahead and boiled 10 eggs for my lunch next week and labelled the eggs container with my name because I needed the remaining eggs for banana bread.
That's brilliant.
Next morning, I wake up to my roommate yelling at my other roommate, his girlfriend, that he had to go to the store and buy eggs because they obviously saw my name. Am I the arsehole for making them buy their own groceries?
No.
Absolutely not.
I think let's take it from different avenues. Like from one perspective, it's like I get it, your eggs, innit?
Yeah.
But if the other party comes and asks,
it's different
it's a
story.
yes or a no situation.
Yeah. Just simply ask, can I have some of your eggs?
Or be prepared to
replace them. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like if you don't say anything, be prepared for them to say something.
Oh, for sure.
Well, at the end of the day, they're yours, so see fit what you like. They're yours. If you want to boil them all,
you bought it.
Yeah.
What can they say?
Yeah, nothing.
Do you know what I mean?
You bought it, therefore you do what you want with it.
I'm saying not the arsehole.
No.
He's not the arsehole.
No,
I agree. Not the arsehole. But I can also see it's an arsehole thing to do.
Oh yeah.
It's a very
because I think
me thing to do.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
If you got like that personality to like.
Yeah, I'm petty. I'm stubborn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You grimy. Nah, it's not that. It's just like I feed off like if I've got it, I've got it. If I haven't, I haven't. I don't expect anything, and I'll struggle. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I've got it, and I don't mind sharing. Like,
No, I'm like that. I'm more just principle.
Yeah, I'm very principle
I don't care. Even if it's a spoonful of coffee, I don't care. But I will get pissed off. Tell me.
Yeah.
Fucking we're grown.
Yeah, if I go to the kitchen and
we're all different.
Grown adults.
But I see exactly what Liam's saying, because if I go, like, I don't drink coffee, but if I was and I was a coffee drinker and I bought my own jar of coffee and I go to make one in the morning before work, for whatever reason there's no coffee there, and I knew there was coffee when I last had it, it's going to send me.
So you don't mind it if it's like full?
No,
like, you don't supposedly see it.
But yeah.
When you want it.
But yeah, because I've known that it's there, and I haven't made any preparations because I'm expecting there to be that much.
Yeah, so it annoys you.
Yeah, it fucking sends me.
But if I'd have been told that,
yeah.
hey, I want a cup of coffee,
then I would have gone the night before to the shop and grabbed it.
Not even that, it's just that like if you even if you said to him, which that person then needs to realise like they want that, so you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
Like that's their last kind of.
Yeah, I think if.
So you guys smoke, so it's like if someone's like, I don't know, using your backy, like as you get towards the end, naturally you give out less cigarettes, don't you?
Yeah.
I know I did when I was smoking.
Yeah, the less and less you have, you're less inclined to say yes to giving out a cigarette.
Unless it's like really dry and you're not really keen on the person and you're like, yeah mate, have it.
Yeah. But I think that's for any sort of, you could have a full bottle of water. It's fine, you're all playing football, but the minute you've got a little bit of water, you're going to be like, oh bro, I need this for the rest of the game. Or
I don't know, man. I'm more of a I don't mind as long as I've got a mouthful. It depends who it is.
Yeah.
It depends on who it is. If I barely know you, you're not having it. But if it's my pals, I've known for years, that is a mouthful each.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're my pal, you understand what sends me and what sort of morals and standards I live to.
I think you got to learn. From each other.
Yeah.
And I think if I make it clear that I buy these things, let's go back to the coffee, and once it gets to a certain level, if you're not asking for it, so I know there's not that much there, and let's say you use it all, I go in the morning and you've not let me know, I'm going to be pissed. First of all, you're not letting me know, and second of all, I haven't been prepared to get another one. Do you know what I mean? I could go and get another, I could either use Starship, I could go up the shop and get a jar of coffee.
I think it is somewhat a selfish thing from the other person. If they know that they've not got a lot of that something, I think the less you have of something, I feel the more you should be inclined to ask that person if they can have it.
Absolutely.
I think that's how it should be.
So but also if you turn around and say this is mine, then straight up, okay, cool. But if you're not saying anything and one day I just want to fancy something, I'm just there.
Yeah.
Then I can see the logic behind it.
Yeah, it depends on the day as well. You might be feeling shit, you might be feeling good. Comes down to a lot of things, I think. But that's an interesting.
I suppose obviously it's again who you live with.
Yeah.
Can you tolerate it?
True. If it's
what
constant.
do you tolerate?
Yeah. I tolerate a lot.
See, I do at the start of any sort of relationship. I have friends, family, partners. Yeah. I tolerate a lot more at the beginning than what I do when I've got to know you. And I think that's people call it the honeymoon period, but I don't know.
I think you should just. I don't believe in the. I think it's always good days, bad days. I don't think there's any honeymoon period. I think there's a period of time where you do stop shagging like rabbits, but
I think. So we're on about relationships, obviously, not just any partnership or anything.
Yeah, not like relationships as in an intimate relationship you have with a partner. Yeah, just any relationship, friends, family.
I think you have a honeymoon period for everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's your learning period.
Yeah,
that's
and
where
you know your barriers.
But I think it's when you're talking about an actual relationship, I think that's the dangerous part, because family and that you live with them. There's no you can't. That's it. It is what it is, isn't it? But then getting with a woman while your honeymoon period and you're progressing too fast and going really fast, just 100. You don't even know each other.
Yeah.
You've got to have some form of friendship.
Yeah. I feel people give too much away too quick.
It's easy to.
Yeah.
Or it's easy to be seduced or something.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people want to give out who they are before they've even really recognised that person.
A lot of people, I think, also
especially with dating,
give themselves a fake version of themselves, even if it's unintentional.
I think as you grow older, you start stripping away your own mask.
Yeah.
And becoming.
The ego becomes less.
Yeah.
And it's more, okay, I want to be real with someone.
Yeah.
You accept who you are, which eliminates your ego.
Yeah, not everyone does it, but.
No. I think that's what ego is. It runs off insecurities.
Yeah.
Because it tells you you're the man. You might, I think I'm the man. Yeah, that's also a part of ego and a part of.
You've got to be careful about that, because.
Yeah, it's levels. There's levels to it for sure.
Stay grounded, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, but you can use your ego in good ways. The ego is what gives me the motivation.
Yeah.
The motivation I have now because I tell myself I'm going to be.
Yeah, but there's a difference between having an ego and being an arrogant prick.
Yeah. See, that's the level.
See, I don't think arrogance is necessarily always a bad thing either, though. being that sure of yourself that you're capable isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're in a leadership-based role.
Yes. I don't think you need to be arrogant.
I don't think you need to. But it gives people more trust in you if you are a leader.
Nah, I disagree. I'll tell you what makes a good leader. A leader that can understand every single person.
Understanding, yeah, I would agree.
It's not even the fact that like you have to like that person. It's just understanding that that's their situation.
Mm. No, I think
whatever they say.
I think a leader is able to adapt to any situation and any type of person. But I think arrogance can be deemed very wrong at the same time when...
It's like the level above confidence, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like you can be confident, but you have to be careful, like arrogance isn't controlled in that confidence. Because you can be arrogant and have loads of confidence.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But there's a fine line between it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's finding the balance.
It's like if you know what you're doing, yeah, do you know what? You're allowed to have that. But at the same time, if someone's like genuinely like curious or genuinely trying to understand something, then that you turn that arrogance off.
Yeah. I don't think you should belittle anyone. But just educate.
Yeah, educate is exactly how the world should live.
Yeah.
Instead of belittling someone, you should educate them.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people are too proud.
Yeah,
to sort of tell.
It's about what we want in life. Like, so people are like minimalistic, like myself. I've got barely anything because like I'm always on the move, or I just want to. I don't like loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm just that sort of person.
No, that's interesting though, because it gives different objective.
Yeah, but that's the thing. At the same time, like I still want everything.
Yeah.
Like
just in a different way.
Yeah. My everything is actually like barely anything in the house, but I still like a man. Like I can sit in a room with a TV, a reclining chair that's comfortable, really comfortable. That would be me.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, you're not high maintenance.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, because I'm not
basically,
that. As long as I could happily have the job of my life, the dream job, and I could live like you say, just
travel. I want to travel the world. That's what I want to do.
Yes,
for sure. Yes. That is my dream.
I think make your environment how you want it to be. I think if you're happy, you got your dream job, you can happily sleep on a mattress, and that's I mean that's your happiness, and you've got.
That's the strangest thing about that, actually. Funny enough, because I'd do anything to get where I want to be, doing the thing I love.
Yeah.
But like, and that life I would put that comes first, and it's funny how my other part of my life it's like
less caring. Yeah. No,
I can't bother to get up. I don't want to go to work today. Like it's just those stuff. You're like, I don't want to get rid of that. That's negativity shit.
Yeah, true. That's the nature of the beast.
But you got to try and find a way to not have to do that.
Yeah, true. You can, I think, it's links back to self-accountability.
Yeah.
So much stuff you have to do.
All links back to yourself.
You cool, bro?
Yeah.
Sinking a bit there.
Yeah. Slowly getting shorter.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
Boy, no, you're shorter than me for once. What's it like down there?
He's going to go in a minute.
I can't wait. Hopefully it catches
it. Yes.
So I think that'll be in for today's podcast, guys. Feeling we've covered enough for today's podcast.
Yeah, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe.
The links will be all down below. I've been Liam.
I've been Cameron.
And I've been Jack.